What is going on, guys? Welcome to the live stream. We're gonna check out Bitcoin as we come down to 66k. We're holding 67k at the moment, but it's gonna be a great live stream. And again, if you guys want to join the school, we got 3 spots left to have one-on-one with me. You guys can check it out in the description below or in the pinned comment. So let's take a look here. I'm gonna go live here also on TikTok. There we go. But yeah, great to be live. This is probably the first time in a while that I do a live stream. And in the morning time, to be honest. So yeah. Definitely like, follow if you guys are new, of course. Yeah, we're gonna check out Bitcoin. Bitcoin did drop here to 66k. I'm gonna share my price targets. Possibly where we can go next. Are we gonna get a bounce? Which looks like we are. I believe we're gonna get a decent bounce pretty soon. So, but we'll check it out. We're coming to that, massive support. So I would not be surprised if we do get a type of bounce here. Okay. The 200 MA is around 62 at the moment. 61k. So I believe we'll definitely hit that. Like I said months back ago, I said, well, at least the minimum retest our lows here at 60k, right? Which is the 200 MA now. Because back then it was like around 57k. You see, throughout this entire bear flag, that 200 MA has been going up, right? Because it's been going up here with Bitcoin long term. So now it's at 61k. So I believe we'll definitely hit it. Definitely hit it. Don't forget to like, guys. If you guys like crypto, you're in the right place. I'm going to check out your favorite altcoins. Take a look at your favorite altcoins. And it's great to let me actually check the stock. How's the stock market? How did they open today? Or is it about to open at 9:30? Angel said he sold 1k shares of Nvidia stock after a year and it dumped it in Farcoin when will I get rich? And that's hard to believe. Do you really sold Nvidia? And you put in Farcoin is looking horrible right now, so yeah. 66. We're back into 66. Bitcoin back under 67k. Let's also take a look here on the daily. I said this 2 live streams ago, right? I said the daily, you got to watch that 100 MA right there in purple, right? We lost it. It was a sharp move down. So yeah, that was a key right there on the daily, right? But I believe we'll definitely get some type of bounce here, at least back to 68k. All right, so that's what I see happening. We'll get some type of bounce to then put in the lower high and then break down and then put in the real bottom. So Nurul says, hello, do you predict Bitcoin going down? That's a great question. It's a great question. So I believe, like I said months back ago, I said Bitcoin will at least test for a double bottom here at 60k. But what's great is the 200 MA, which is this right here, is at 61k. So that's great, right? Because back then it was at 57. So I believe we'll at least hit that. Breaking that, which I think there's a big probability, will definitely come down to the 300 MA, which is around 53k. So the 300 MA here in brown is around 53K. That's my main target, right? That is my main target. Anything under this, I think it's a massive DCA. Like, I'm gonna be, you know, I already bought a good amount of ETH yesterday. But anything under this, I think is a great time to buy Bitcoin and other altcoins that are trending down. Thank you guys for the likes. Don't forget to like. And I'm gonna check out your favorite altcoins, of course. We're just checking out Bitcoin here first. Great to have all of you guys here in the live stream. This is the first time that I live stream in the morning time, so it's great. Well, the first time in a while. So pretty good to be here. Just getting some salt. Yep. You can see right there, yeah, Bitcoin. I believe Bitcoin is definitely going to the 200 MA for sure. As you can see, so yeah, let's check out some more altcoins. Comment your favorite altcoins as well. I'll check them out. What's great here is the 2 month, right? So I've been saying this for a while, but the 2 month is massive here for Bitcoin, because you can see how we bottomed. Look at that, right? We bottom here, stochastic, even money flow. Stochastic money flow, oversold, crossover. Then we closed above the 20 here on the stochastic here. You can see here at the bottom. This is my own indicator, by the way. And then here again. Well, where we are at present moment? We're right here. Okay, and I've talked about this months ago, and I said, yeah, looking at this, we still have more downside. Once we get something like this, then the more confirmation the bottom should be in. Hey Stefano, I never said that, buddy. I don't know what you're trying to say. The AI is like filtering some of the comments here, because I put new filter words, because we get a lot of scammers here that say check out my bio and all these things. Ninja says he's buying Sui, Jasmine, Athena. How's the H bar looking? What other coins? Short term. What do you think of XLM? All right, so let's do it in order. We'll check out XLM, H bar. Just give you guys here my honest opinion. If you're new, by the way, definitely follow. And I did say, you know, take profits on XLM. I took some profits here around 28 cents. You can see we're pulling back. Again, if the market wasn't bearish, XLM would be already at 40 cents. Okay, but this is great. This is great. If you're bullish on XLM, it's going to, I believe it's eventually going to go up and become a survivor. Man, these guys, again, don't follow any of these guys coming in here telling you to check out their bio. They're a bunch of scammers. So short term, let's go here in the short term for XLM. You can see that we have a massive pump. And what a lot of coins like to do is, you see how XLM has been ranging here for weeks or months, right? We had a massive pump, break out of that range, so we're probably coming down here with the market to flip that range, the top of that range as support. We can even go a little bit lower, but that's what it's doing, right? We're flipping an old resistance as support. So that's why I see XLM can still come down here to 18 cents. Okay, that's what I see here on the short term. Bitcoin wick down to 62. I think Bitcoin is going to wick down to 62K. Like I said with Bitcoin, Bitcoin is definitely testing that 200 MA next, which is around 61K. When we had the big crash to 60K, the 200 MA was around like 57. Right now it's at 61, so we'll definitely test it. But this level, I see Bitcoin getting a bounce here. I'm not saying that this is the bottom, but I see it getting a bounce. It did yesterday. Oh, it did yesterday? Well, maybe on a different exchange, because here, yeah, it depends on your exchange. Right here, it went down to like 65 for 100. So it really depends on what exchange you have. So, and H bar. Let me know if you're still here. I'll check out H bar. Let's check out H bar. And again, guys, my charts. You guys can access my live charts, my indicators, all in the school. I got 3 spots left for one-on-one. Yeah, I have 7 members at the moment, which is great. But H bar, you can see here based on my my chart, we have a lot of support here on the 618, but we can definitely lose it and come down here right to test this zone. You know, in between 7 and 6 cents, I would say is a good target, especially if Bitcoin keeps dropping down and breaks 60K. But this is a very strong chart, right? H bar is not dumping like majority of coins out there. And you can see that we're oversold here for H bar. But we haven't closed above here, right? So if you want to play safe, you can wait to get in when we close above here. The thing is, it's going to be much higher prices, but it's going to be safer. But once we do that, I believe the bottom will be in for H bar. We're just we're not close to doing that just yet, right? So yeah, I would say like H bar, I would say, I mean, the lowest we could possibly go here is probably like 6 cents. But any price below the golden pocket, the 618 here that I have in my chart, is a good deal. Even right on it, right? If you're long-term H bar, losing, you know, 7 cents, I would say it's a good deal here. And it can happen with Bitcoin breaking 60K. It can very well happen. Right? So, again, if you guys want to check out the charts, check it out. It should be in the bio. Let's go back here to Bitcoin. Yeah, like in between 6 and 7 cents, but it's holding up well, right? Again, Bitcoin, my main target is that 300 MA. Like last bear market, we broke it, but it was basically the bottom, right? The 300 MA here, last bear market, 17, you know, we hit 15, and then we had a reversal. So that 300 MA is a key level here for me for Bitcoin. But I'm a ladder end, right? I'm a ladder end on the way down. All right, comment some more altcoins you guys want me to check out. Don't forget to like. First time in a while, I do a live stream here in the morning, so it's great to be live. I don't know why this, for some reason, the AI, like, takes off comments, so I gotta approve it. What's up, Diamond? Thanks for coming to the live stream. Yo, has the bull market begun yet? I would say no, but I would say we're probably gonna bottom a lot sooner than what most people expect. So I believe soon, right? Because I mean, technically, when we bottom, that's when the bull market begins, right? If you're just bear market, bull market. So I believe pretty soon. How low will Bitcoin go? How low? I mean, my opinion here, based on the MAs in history, we're gonna test that 200, get a bounce, probably lose it, And then the 300 is around 53K. But we can lose the 300 too, right? Just like we did here last bear market was the first time we lost the 300. So, you know, a big part of this was the FTX collapse. And then we stayed here for a couple weeks until we had a massive reversal. So we can have something like that, right? Where the 300 MA is around 53K, but losing it, we might drop down to 44, right? 44, 43, and then have a sharp rise back up, right? So once you see that type of price action where we lose the 300 and then we have a sharp rise back up, I would say the bottom is very likely in. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, so I would say, I mean, for me, my price target, the lowest I see it going is like 43, 44, which was major support here, or major resistance here back in January 2024. But again, it doesn't mean that target gets hit, right? It might be 48K, right? So you never want to wait for a specific target to start buying. You want to ladder in the same way that you ladder out. You want to ladder in. And again, I teach this in the school. You guys can check it out. I also have all my live charts in there and my indicators. Like this one right here, the Fibonacci waves, which we're back here in the green zone. Let's actually check the monthly. Yeah, look at that. So we're back here in the green zone. I created this indicator. It's based on Fibonacci to buy the best times. And basically you see here, each single time, the best time to buy Bitcoin, we're in that green zone. I made it green for a reason too, because it's, you know, despite the market being fearful in the sentiment, it's a great time to buy. Dean, what's up, Dean? I'll check out XRP for you. I got you, bro. Light, what's up? Which coin? This is Bitcoin. But you can see right here, this is an amazing indicator. It's a private indicator I quoted myself, Fibonacci waves. Each bear market, right? Even the COVID dip, we had here in the green zone. And now we're in the green. We're starting to get into that green zone again. So, and this was a great reason why I was up here when we broke to 60K. I bought a ton. And then I took profits here when we were above 74K. So, yeah, definitely check it out. It's in the bio. Got 7 members, which is great already. But, yeah, definitely check it out. You can read it. I definitely recommend watch this before joining. So, let's check out your favorite altcoins. What's the next altcoin you guys wanted? Comment down below. Thank you for the follows. Summer, good morning. Thank you for coming to the live stream. I gotta scroll up here because I missed some of your comments. Thank you for the cat. Oh yeah, XRP, Ondo, Comp. So we'll do it in order. XRP, Ondo, and Comp here. XRP, you can see here my chart. My target for XRP is 90 cents. I've been saying this for months now. 90 cents is the next Fibonacci level, right? Now, if you break that, the next Fibonacci level is here around 60 cents, but I honestly don't believe we'll go down that low for XRP. If we do break it, maybe we'll top out here at 68 cents, which was our main resistance top right there back in 2023. But the next major level is 90 cents. And I believe under $1 XRP is a great deal. I really do. Okay. So, I'm bullish on XRP, but, and you can see here too, look at this confluence, right? We have the 100 MA on the monthly rising up here. So by the time, maybe once we hit 90 cents, maybe that 100 MA in purple will be around 90 cents. And we might bottom on my Fibonacci level and the MA, right? So that's confluence right there. But I am bullish on XRP long term. This is a coin. This is my biggest holding, right? In terms of gains, this is definitely my biggest holding. Yeah. Don't forget to like, guys. We're almost at 1,000 likes. Almost at 1,000 likes. Bitcoin at 66K. Ondo, Comp. Yeah, so let's check out Ondo. We got Comp and Tau. I mean, so this is great. The Ondo had this nice bounce here because it was looking awful at some point. So this is really good to see Ondo pushing up here. And it's actually, you know, it's not dumping with the rest of the market, right? I mean, Ondo, sometimes it likes to pump when Bitcoin is moving down. And we can see this pump right here. All right, so I mean, with Ondo, you can see that we are arranging here. This is a great time to accumulate, right? This accumulation, we broke out of that range, and now we're in this type of pendant that's basically asymmetrical, right? It's not bullish or bearish. It's just neutral. Unless we put in a new high here from the past high. Unless we do that, right? But most likely, we're going to get a rejection around here, start working our way down. And once we find a direction, I believe with the market pulling back down, Ondo could break to the downside from this and flip that past range right there as support, right? That 28 cents. So I believe this can definitely happen. But unless we close here above 45 cents, then we could break up higher. And that would be bullish in my opinion. So that's what I'll watch here for Ondo. But looking good so far. I'm really liking this. I'm really liking this. What's the next coin? Comp. Man, I haven't looked at Comp in a while, so let's take a look at it. Let's take a look at Comp. Yeah, man. I mean, this is not good. You can see how we come up here to my Fibonacci. Very low Fibonacci zone. We got a rejection right there. So I would just be careful with Comp. I mean, losing this level can turn into a falling knife, right? And this is not a good chart overall because we are below our bear market 22, 23 support. We got a rejection right there from the bear market lows. You see, so it's not a good chart. I'll wait this one out. You go here on the monthly, we got a reversal. So to play it safe, I would wait this one out until we start closing above 26. Yes, you might not buy the bottom, but still you're at least buying into a safer structure, right? You want to buy the structure. So yeah, and especially with Bitcoin breaking down, losing this, we can go into price discovery, but price discovery into the opposite side, right? To the lows. So Marcus, we got ENA, we have EOS. I'm gonna check out your favorite altcoins, guys. Just don't forget to like. The next one was Tau, so we'll check out Tau first, and then EOS, and ENA, and then AVAX. So let's check out Tau. And by the way, guys, I have private charts for all these coins. Tau, check it out in the school. We already got 7 members. I launched this like a week and a half ago, and it's been amazing so far. We got 7 members. I would just recommend reading this. Okay, you get one-on-one with me, so you get a call with me, my mini courses and everything. So check it out. And I'm gonna be making mini courses like seasonally for the school. So I'm actually in the process of creating one called the 8 Signals to Buy the Bottom. My main focus is on this one because of the timing. I was actually working on other things, but I'm mainly focused on getting this mini course done, the 8 Signals to Buy the Bottom, because the bottom could be very soon, right? Possibly this summer. So I'm working to get that out there, and it's going to be launched in the school very soon. So let's check this out here for Tau as we're losing this Fibonacci zone right here. So that tells me more downside to go here for Tau, right? Possibly go back to 200 bucks, 190. Yeah. So I would say the weekly close is a big deal here. If we get a weekly close here below like 220 or so, we're probably going to come down to like 180, 190. Okay. But if we hold that level, we're looking very bullish because like I said for Tau, it's looking like, you know, we have the shoulder, we have the head, And now we're forming that second shoulder. Even if we come down here to like 198, 200, this will still be inverted head and shoulders formation, right? With the head being 140, and now it's creating that second shoulder. So this is bullish structure here long term for Tau. So if you do come down to these lows, I'm definitely going to accumulate more Tau, because I do like how it's looking here. In Tau, look, you can see here in my private charts, you can see my price target. So I don't just have price targets to buy. I also have price targets to sell here. 1,900, 1,400, 427. So, you know, this will help you create an exit strategy once we have euphoria and Tau's taken off. Yeah, so ENA. Let's take a look here at ENA. Wait, what was the next coin? Yeah, it was ENA. Yeah, because I believe you commented first. So we'll do ENA and then I'll do EOS. ENA and EOS. Let's check it out. ENA. So I haven't charted ENA in a while. Let me see if maybe I do have a chart somewhere over here on Gate. Awesome. Yeah, so I actually do. Yeah, I mean, so this is not, let me redo it here. This is not good at all. Okay, actually, yeah, that top right there, ignoring that wick. Yeah, so ENA, you can see right here. The 618, right? We got a double bottom right there, and then we lost it. That's not good. And then we come up here exactly to my Fibonacci target, and then we get a rejection right there. So, you might consolidate here, right? Boom, and then start breaking up, especially with this decent bounce here. So this is really good here that we got this bounce. I would just be careful here for a lower high, right? Because we might, it's looking here like on the daily, it's like it might put in some type of head and shoulders, right? We have the shoulder, we have the head, and now we're in the process of creating that second shoulder. So if you do put in the lower high, we're probably going to break this, because head and shoulders break hard to the downside, right? You get the measured move even from this possible head and shoulders, and it's not good, right? I mean, it brings us to like 5 cents. So I would just watch that for ENA. Even though it's pumping, doesn't mean we're going to keep going up here and breaking 14 cents. We got to watch. If you close below 14 cents, this head and shoulders could play out to the downside, especially if the market is dumping, right? And we got 27 days left, but if we do get a monthly close here above 10 cents, this is great, right? We're engulfing the previous months here, so that's really good here for ENA long-term speaking. So it's kind of situational here, but I would just be careful at the moment. And I believe, what was the next coin? I think it was let me scroll up here. EOS, yeah, EOS, and then we got Ethereum, and then actually we have AVAX next. Let's do EOS here for Marcus. EOS, let's check it out. Let's see here. Oh, wow. Let me just move this ahead. Yeah, I mean, I'm liking EOS here holding the 618, but we can easily lose this, right? I've seen plenty of times where we get a bounce off the 618 and then the market pulls back down, and we know coins usually like to follow the market. But losing this, the next target is 3 cents. So basically like a probably like a 60% drop from where it's at right now, I would say. Yeah, 52%. 52% drop. So if you're really bullish on EOS, doesn't hurt to buy here, right? Long term speaking, there's a massive drop here from all-time highs at $1.29, and we're at a key critical level, which we can get a bounce and surprise many and even go here to 11 cents. But with right, the situation that we're in right now, we got to be adaptive and understand Bitcoin is vulnerable and can break 60K. And with that, we can easily have another 50% drop here to my next Fibonacci zone at 3 cents. You see? So that's how I'm looking here on EOS. So I believe, I don't think I hold EOS, but I hold near. Yeah. But if I was holding EOS, I would keep holding it. But I would probably buy once we break the 618 and start going below 5 cents. Right? I would ladder in as we're going down here. But with the mega crash, with a massive crash, 3 cents, I see it being the bottom here, which is bullish long term, right? So that's my outlook on EOS. Again, this chart, along with my other charts, are in the school. You guys can access it. And I also do teach Fibonacci, my secret Fibonacci strategy, how to set it up, my settings and everything. It's all in there. Anytime, Marcus, anytime. Comment some more altcoins, guys, and definitely like and follow. We got, what was the next coin? AVAX and Ethereum. Thank you. PBA Jelly, what's up, bro? You're early. Yeah, this is the first time I have off today, so this is the first time in a while that I'm live here in the morning time. But I'm gonna do a double live today. It's been like months since I did a double live, so I'll be live again tonight, probably around like 8 p.m. Eastern time. Okay, so I'll be live again tonight. What was the next coin? AVAX. Yeah, AVAX I would stay away from. I would just stay away from at the moment. It can definitely recover, but it's very vulnerable. I mean, it looks like it wants to drop more, right? And if we do have a falling knife here for AVAX, next support's like 4. Well, I'd say next support is like 640. But then continuation brings us to like 440. Which is basically like 2020 levels here before AVAX pumped up, right? So yeah, thank you for the heart. So I'll just stay away from AVAX because it's looking very weak. It looks like it wants to drop more with Bitcoin, and it didn't even have a nice push up here when Bitcoin went to 80K. It just went to 10 bucks, right? So but now the Bitcoin is dropping. It's actually following Bitcoin more to the downside than it followed Bitcoin more to the upside. So I would just wait out on AVAX. Now let's take a look at Ethereum. Ethereum was one of the main coins I bought yesterday, and I'm happy buying here under 2K. But let's check out some targets for ETH and where it can possibly go, right? Because we're coming back here to approach our April lows from 2025, which was, I mean, if you count the wick brought us to like 1,397, but we closed above here around 1763, right? Which is where we wicked down here a couple months back, and back in February. So we're approaching those lows, but I would say I could see the bottom be here around 1600 in the 618 level, right? 1600 right here could be the bottom. So if we do come down here, we'll probably catch a bounce here from that April low here at 1700. We'll probably catch a decent bounce, I mean, and then we get a rejection around 1900, and then make that real low at 1600, right? So that's the scenario that could play out. But if we do come here into that golden pocket, I'm gonna be a heavy buyer, even more than I am right now, because you can see right here the top is around 1683, the bottom is 1600 basically. I believe this has everything to be the bottom for ETH right there. And yeah, I don't see. I'll see it very unlikely for it to break that and come down to my next Fibonacci target which is 1200. But we'll see, right? We'll see. MYX Finance. MYX, man. MYX, haven't really looked at that coin in a minute. Or at all. 1200, yeah, 1200 will be amazing, right? So maybe you could put limit orders at 1200. You know, you never know if you have a massive wick down there. Massive crash wick down there. Like we did October 10th type of style. So maybe you could put limit orders, but I wouldn't like wait for that exact target, right? Because like I said, we might bottom around 1600 or 1700 Ethereum. So MYX, I don't know what this coin is about here. Just checking out here for the first time. It came out 2025, right? We've been following the market. We're starting to push up here, which is pretty good. Maybe it's some good bullish news here. So this is pretty good here. I'm liking the structure because we're following the market. We came down to a key past resistance. We're flipping it as support. I just wouldn't chase green candles yet, right? This can easily pull back and do some type of like cup and handle here where we have the cup and then we have the handle pulling back here to this zone right here. I would watch for MYX here. It's around like 28 cents, right? So we were, you know, we got a resistance here. We put in a new low. We broke out and we could easily flip that resistance as support going back to like 28, 27 cents. So that's what I would watch here for this coin. But overall, pretty bullish here if it can bounce off that level. Let's take a look here at Bitcoin. I actually want to see Bitcoin on the daily. And how did the stock market open today? Let's actually check out the stock market, see how it opened. Because I know we were at all-time highs yesterday. This past week, we were just breaking all-time highs on the stock market. So pretty amazing. But you can see we're in the red here. So we opened up red. Actually, big red candle here on the daily, engulfing the last 3 days. So, but again, that's normal, right? I mean, we're basically at all-time highs. We have this gap here, CME gap, here to fill, and that's what we're doing right now. In fact, we filled it already, and we're slowly dropping here. So insane, right? Insane, because crypto, Bitcoin, is just not following. I mean, it's following the stock market to the when it goes to the downside, but not to the upside, right? I'm in meta calls right. Oh, really? And coin puts. You're in puts for what? Oh, for Coinbase? For Coinbase? Let me actually, do I have Coinbase on here? I don't think so. Gotta search it up. But yeah, all-time highs for the stock market. And honestly, I believe next year we can definitely have a big stock market crash. So until then, we're probably going to keep pumping into 2027. Again, guys, if you're new here, definitely like, follow. I'm going to do a double live stream tonight. So this is the first live stream, and I'll be live again at 8 p.m. Eastern time. AVT. Sure, we'll take a look at AVT. Lucid dumped. AVT, let's see here. Yeah, man, AVT looks really bad. You can see right here, right? This is really bad price action because you can see how we're just new low, new low, new low, new low. We have a massive wick up here, wick back down, and then massive, massive dump. So I would just, yeah, I would just stay away from this until we consolidate and start putting in new highs here, because it's like what I said, right? Like if I would have told you right here, okay, yeah, this is a great time to buy, you know, we're right here, but you don't know if it's gonna make new lows, and it did. New low, new low, new. So that's my philosophy, right? If it's creating new lows in this massive downtrend, the momentum is down. You don't want to buy until it starts to consolidate, because otherwise you're just gonna, like, if you bought right here thinking that it was gonna bottom here, well, you would have been down 38%. You'll be down 38%. Okay. A man from your dreams. I don't know what guy. Maybe you're getting me mixed up with some other guy. But for, the people that follow my live streams daily, I've been saying Bitcoin is going to the downside here. So thank you for the follows, by the way. Lit. Lit's coin. Let me see. Lit. Let me know if this is the right coin that you're talking about. Is this the one? Thank you, man. Thank you. I appreciate it. Is this the coin you're talking about, Lit? So, man, it's pumping like crazy. What's going on with this coin? It's strange, right? A lot of coins, a couple coins pump when Bitcoin is dumping. You can see the very good structure here. We managed to pull back and bounce off exactly off the 21 and 25 MA here in blue and yellow. And now we're just taking off, right? I'll probably say it'll probably keep pumping into like $2 and then start to pull back. So just be careful. Don't FOMO in thinking it's going to keep going over $2. It definitely will long term, right, based on this, but you never want to buy green candles like this. A great time to buy would have been here on the pullback when we got that bounce right there, that clear bounce on the 21, 25. That would have been a great time to buy. Because we had a pump, yeah, but then we had the pullback right there. Not just on the 25, 21, but also the past resistance here. So double confluence here. And then that would have been a great. So this is what I teach in the school, right? You look at this and you're like, okay, this is a great structure to long because it's testing the past support. All right, it's testing the past support and it's on the 25, 21 MA on a pullback retest. So this is a great structure to long. So you could have longed this, you could have put in stop loss right here and you would have been up a ton. You see? So it's pretty good. VVV. Let's take a look at VVV. Venice token. Tony, what's up, Tony? How you doing, bro? Can you give exit prices for WorldCoin? Yeah, I'll take a look at WorldCoin next. VVV is looking great here on the daily. You can see how we're just riding that 25, 21 here. Boom, boom, right? So this is great structure for VVV. Very, very bullish here. Is it at all-time highs? I don't know if this is the full chart, but I mean, this coin, this is another great, look, another great example. We have a massive pump. You don't buy into the pump, right? You buy into the retest. We retest here exactly to the 25, 21 MA in blue and yellow. Massive bounce. Even if you would have bought right here on this green candle, you would have, you would have bought at $4. Since that bounce right there, since that retest, we went from $4 all the way to 21 to $20. So that's another great example when to long or when to buy. But looking very bullish and strong here. And let's take a look at WorldCoin here for Tony. WorldCoin also pushing up here. Also pushing up here. And actually, I never put a Fibonacci on WorldCoin, so I'm going to do it right now. But you can see it's looking very strong. Another coin that bounces on the 25 and 21. Look at this. I'm telling you guys, like I created, I love this. This is my most used indicator that I created myself because it's just so accurate. It really, moving averages really do show signals in the market. You can see here, we have a resistance here at 28. You break that resistance. We come down to flip that past resistance as support, but then we have the double confluence here as it's retesting, coming down to the 25, 21 here in blue and yellow. You see? And then guess what happens? Massive bounce since then. So again, I teach all this in the school. This indicator you can find in the school, which is mine, my private one. And I'm gonna do the Fibonacci here, which I do also show in the school. Let's see here. Should have left some on the table. For VVV, what price point did you buy VVV at? Oh man, okay, so my Fibonacci here, we are at my Fibonacci zone, so I would be careful right here, WorldCoin. You could even take some profits if it pumps a little bit higher here, because we are at a clear resistance based on my Fibonacci zone. So 50 cents, maybe even a little bit higher here, so 60 cents could be the top. We start wicking back down here to retest 40, 38 cents here somewhere. Okay. So I'll just be hesitant. I wouldn't FOMO into this right now. In terms of exit plans, right, after we break that eventually 92 to $1, good time to take profits. We'll probably get a resistance right there. Obviously, 484 near all-time highs. And then long term, if you actually believe this coin will survive, if it does, 34 from 35 to 56 based on the Fibonacci. Okay, 35 to was that 56. And then super long term, we got 150. So it's crazy to believe, right? But if you believe this coin will survive, you know, those are the targets right there. And this chart is available in the school. Check it out, guys. I have 3 spots left here. If you want one-on-one with me, the first 10 spots lock in one-on-one with me. We got 7 members already. And I had 2 calls yesterday. It was really good with 2 of the members. But we basically, you know, you join, you book a call, and you also get right here the private trading view indicators 11, my lab charts, my mini courses, which I have a bunch right here plus future ones. So, but check it out. Watch this video before though. 4.4, wow, 4.46. Yeah, that's really good. But you sold at what price point did you sell your VVV at? Oh, yeah, 12 bucks. Okay. So at least you made some decent profit on it. For sure. Yeah, that's the thing too, right? Sometimes people sell too early. Sometimes people sell too early. ETC. ETC. Ethereum Classic. Let's see how this is holding up. Gotta find the Gate.io one. Right here. Perfect. Let me actually add this to the watch list because I don't have it on there. But yeah, ETC, man. Okay. The good thing here is that we're in 2019 zone here, right? 2020, 2019 resistance zone. So, I mean, this is a good thing because we can definitely bottom in this zone here. Okay. The bad thing is that this is a really massive downtrend. We really don't know if this coin is going to survive. It really depends on its fundamentals, on its project and everything, but we are pretty close to finding a bottom here. I'll probably say if Bitcoin dumps down lower, maybe it can go here to 530 around this zone, and that could be the bottom, right? So overall, I would wait to see what direction Bitcoin moves. If you're bullish long term, I'll say it's a decent buy right now, honestly. If you're bullish long term, right? It's extremely lows here. We went up to 10 bucks. We're retesting the lows here. And most likely we'll get a small bounce, but breaking this will probably bring us to like 5 bucks. Especially if Bitcoin breaks 60K. You'll probably see this coin drop down to 5 bucks here into this zone. All right. And you look here on the 2-month. I would say, like, on the 2-month, this is my other indicator right here. You see the 2-month here? I would say the bottom will be in once we get a close, right? We get a close here above the 20. We get a flip here on stochastic and get a close above the 20. That's what I would watch on the 2-month. XLM. I haven't looked at XLM yet, so let's take a look at XLM. Actually, I did in the beginning of the live stream, so let's take a look at it. XLM is pulled back to my Fibonacci zone. Look at that, 2 to T right there. So you might get a small bounce, but like I said, eventually I see XLM retesting 18 cents, maybe even touch 15 cents. The lowest I see it going is to like 14 cents because it is in this massive pendant, multi-year pendant. Right, you get the measured move. Boom. Again, you can access these charts in the school with a link. So I see it pulling back down to at least 18 cents. But what's good here for XLM is that it looks like it's creating a head and shoulders. You have the shoulder, we have the head, boom, right? And then we're starting that second shoulder. So you start that second shoulder, very bullish for us to break to the upside and break out of this multi-year pendant, which is going to be, once we break out of this multi-year pendant, you're going to see this coin fly, right? But by that, you know, once that happens, Bitcoin is probably going to be in a more bullish sentiment price action. So we'll see. Definitely averaging into Ethereum Classic and ENS. Yeah, Ethereum Classic. Let me know more about ETC. Why are you what's the reason why you're bullish on it? I never really looked into I know what it is kind of, but let me know why you're bullish on Ethereum Classic. I know ENS is bullish too. If you're bullish on Ethereum, ENS is a coin within Ethereum's ecosystem, so it is pretty good. There you go. It's not looking too good in the charts, right? It looks very similar to some other coins like Cardano, so it might drop down lower for ENS, but again, a lot of these coins, I would be patient and just wait it out a little bit. Unless you're long term, you can obviously buy a percentage of your portfolio. Okay. A Bitcoin at 66. Let's actually take a look here. I want to share here. Let's see my other indicators here that I have. The log waves. Testing the bottom of the log waves right there. So again, I predict we'll definitely get some type of bounce off this level, but I don't believe it'll be the real bottom here. But I see Bitcoin definitely catching a bounce here. And also see the Pi cycle bottom indicator. So this is the Pi cycle bottom indicator. And you can see when we bottom, we flip right there to the downside. You see the bottom was right there, also right here. Right now, we're right here. So we're about to flip, right? Especially with this stump. We're gonna get very close to flipping here on the pi cycle bottom. ETH long term. Yeah, ETH's the only coin that I bought so far yesterday. So I'm very bullish on ETH long term. I think under 2K is a great deal. Some targets here based on my chart to where it can come down to, like I said, is the spring low here at 2025 here at 1700, 1788. But the bottom, like it could be 1600. ETH to 1600 at the 618 right there. I think that has everything to be the bottom if we have another massive crash for Bitcoin. Okay. So that's what I'm looking at. This is my main target here. That 1600 level. Here at the golden pocket. Yeah. Yeah, while it's on the run, yeah, it is. But again, this is a chart. If you want access to this chart, if you want to learn how to chart out the Fibonacci, my secret Fibonacci strategy, like I show right here. If you want the indicators as well for Bitcoin, the Fib waves, which is this one right here, which we are in that green zone here. This indicator shows you the best times to buy Bitcoin in that green zone, which we are right now. We're just starting to get in here. I have all this in the school plus one-on-one. You guys can check it out. Should be right here in the link bio. But make sure, do not join, guys. Do not join until you watch this video because I go through everything as well as in the about page. So check it out. We got 3 spots left here to fill to 10. The first 10 will get one-on-one with me. So check it out in the bio. And I just want to thank you all of you guys here that came to the live stream. I'll be live again tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern time. So we'll do a double live today. But thank you guys so much. And yeah, I'll see you guys tonight when you guys come. Peace. Shout out to you guys on YouTube. Thank you for coming to the live. I'll be live again tonight. So